This guy's about to hit the ground. Please pull up, please. Please, can you? Oh my God, he's flying through the mountain. Look out for the trees, please. Why does no one on RAF Global Warming just think of the trees for once? My goodness. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Spiffing Brit, and today we're playing Transport Fever 2. That's right, it's a Transport Tycoon game all about moving goods from point A to point B. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I love Transport Tycoon games, and what are we going to be doing today? We're going to be doing everything you shouldn't do when running a transport company and proving that actually doing the exact opposite of what logically works in the real world will actually pay you an incredibly large amount of money. That's right, we're going to take the modern money-making book, yeet it out of the window, and bring in instead Spiffonomics. Now, Spiffonomics is all about one very simple thing: PP. That's right, profits and pollution. And in order to succeed in this very cutthroat industry, you need big PP. That's right. And luckily, we here at Spiffco, who fanatically drink Yorkshire tea, have the biggest of PP. We love profits and we love pollution. And when you mix the two, what do you get? Oh my goodness, you get absolute, pure, refined, crazy capitalism. And we're going to be using that for gigantic success. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be starting a brand new game in Transport Fever 2. That's right, we're going to start a sandboxy game, and we're just going to generate ourselves a brand new map, something quite nice. It's going to be a very large map, and it's going to be a 1x3 map, so that it's nice and long and slinky. They're kind of the most fun maps. Not many towns, but a large quantity of industries should be quite good. Actually, no, let's increase the amount of towns we get. Anyway, perfect stuff. This is a 27-kilometer long map, which makes it nice and long and distant, complete with 20 towns and 204 industries for us to work with. Now, we're of course going to start up this bad boy. We're going to be in Europe, because who wants to be in America? Why would anyone want to be in America willingly? Jeez, when instead you could live in refined tea drinking and chocolate making territory. Yes, good. Now, we're going to be starting in the year 2000, because it's a great year. We'll be using difficulty medium, but honestly, any difficulty works for what we're pulling off today. Now, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is January 17th, 2000, and we have arrived in the lovely land of what I can only presume is the UK, because I mean, we've got some very British sounding names, like Trodmorden is a very British name for a town. At the same time, we've got Royal Tunbridge Wells, and one of the most British names of all for towns and villages, it's Twattington, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as I mentioned, what we're going to be doing is basically throwing the ethics rulebook out of the window when it comes to making profits. As you see, we can basically do anything to turn a profit. All that matters is taking a good to a supply chain. For example, down here at the south, we have an oil well, and that oil well will probably want to go over here to this refinery. Oh, and isn't that lovely? Look, you can turn raw oil into nice fancy fuel. Oh, look at that. We'd be helping people and helping businesses. Isn't that so nice? Well, no, we don't like that at all. Instead, we like money. Lots and lots of money. Which is why instead of setting up a nice supply chain back and forth around that little setup here of oil and oil refinery, we're instead going to do the most naturally polluting setup that I can imagine. But of course, before then, we need to create our company. Well, ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Baby Seal Clubbers Ltd, our very own company. We start out with a $50 million loan. I know, it's incredible. And using that money, we're going to actually build ourselves a HQ. That's right. Where are we going to place it down? Well, of course, we're going to place it down in the lovely, legendary location of Twattington. Right now, as I mentioned, we hate the environment and we love money, which means we need to get our setup going very quickly. Now, what I want to do is I want to feed this steel mill here, because these guys are going to give me money for shipping in either iron ore or coal. Now, we're going to sell them coal because, you know, we're nice. And in order to do that, we're not going to take coal from this very nearby coal mine and ship it here, because the distance of that trade is not very much, meaning we'll be paid practically nothing. Instead, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to fly in coal via an international airport. Yep, that's right, we're going to build a gigantic airport right here just outside the steel mill. It's perfect. Wabam. $20 million well spent. But the thing is, you can't just have one airport. We've actually got to bring coal in from somewhere. Now, as I mentioned, the further away something is, the more it gets paid to actually be shipped. Consequently, we're going to head to the exact opposite side of the map, which is exactly where we find ourselves the Richmond coal mine number 5. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to build ourselves ourselves one very big airport. Okay, it's going to cost us 38 million to build this airport because we effectively have to demolish a huge amount of the local countryside to build it here. Now, normally most businessmen will say, okay, look, we like money, but we don't want to create horrific deformations in the ground, the likes of which will ensure that we destroy the natural beauty of our glorious world. And to those people, we say no. And what we're going to do is just take out a gigantic loan, because instead of properly finding a new location to set up, no, we're just going to slap down a gigantic airport in the location that causes the most disturbance. Well, bam, 34 million. Look at this disgusting mess we've created. Because basically the planes need to fly in from a safe angle. We had to create this, okay? We had to make it. The game forced us to create this beautiful piece of terraforming right here. Oh, it's perfect. And with that setup there, we basically have everything we need to become multi-millionaires. So what we're going to do is create a new line from Richmond Airport over here to our lovely airport over here next to the lovely steel factory or iron factory. I'm not sure what it's for. Lovely stuff. So now we've got our two airports all lovingly hooked up. This is no longer going to be Richmond Airport. This is going to be I Love Coal. There we go. Perfect. And what we're going to be doing at the I Love Coal airport is buying ourselves an airplane to move coal. Now, the interesting thing is basically anything can move coal. As you can see, cargo types all cargo. That's right. You can literally put anything onto these gigantic cargo planes and they'll make money. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take out a further loan of 25 million in order to buy ourselves a Boeing 757. Now, the thing is with great big airplanes are that yes, they're big and they can go very fast. Look, it can go 893 kilometers an hour. However, they can't carry much. This guy can only carry 51 of any goods. That's right, he can only carry 51 lumps of coal. Basically meaning the cost in making him fly should be absolutely exorbitant because, I mean, you're going to take a look at what we're going to be filling up with, ladies and gentlemen, and it's not going to be good. Look at that. Here it comes. This is 1 unit of coal right here. It's just a bucket of coal. Probably about 1 ton of coal. That's all we're going to be loading up. 51 of these bad boys here. But there we go. We load up 30 tons of coal so far. It's about to be 50. I'm just going to speed up time until it all loads in nicely. There we go. 44 tons of coal. Every single month that this plane is in existence, it costs us $100,000 to run. I know, we're making a huge loss at the moment. But now our lovely aircraft called Dead Puppies is currently flying its way over towards our main destination. Now, it's already incurred a loss of just 1 million in operating costs, but look at that. It's going 890 kilometers an hour. And would you look at that? He's actually nearing the airport. That's right, Berkeley Airport down here next to the Berkeley Steel Mill. We're coming in for our approach, ladies and gentlemen. In we come, flying over the houses of Berkeley, creating an absolutely horrific racket for all of the residents. This flight has cost us a total of 2 million in order to pull off, and we're only bringing in 51 tons of coal. I'm going to give you a hint, ladies and gentlemen. 51 tons of coal is probably not worth that much money. Let me do a quick calculation.
One mathematics later.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've done a quick calculation. In the UK, as of a few years ago, coal is valued at £69.50 per metric ton, meaning for 51 tons of coal, we can effectively sell this at a base price of $3,542. Now, $3,542 is not going to cover the operating costs of Dead Puppies. However, because we moved that coal over such a large distance, and we moved it oh so quickly, sometimes taking the coal up to speeds of almost 900 kilometers an hour. Because we managed all of that, ladies and gentlemen, this plane is going to arrive at Berkeley Airport and deposit $3,500 worth of coal. And you know what? It's $16 million, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this game is so broken. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We just made ourselves our first 15 million. Because of course the operating costs of flying there and back, this plane is probably only going to make a profit of 12 million for each journey that it does. But 12 million per journey is incredible. Absolutely incredible, considering how little effort it requires. So immediately, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to borrow ourselves more money, get ourselves back up to 25 million, and we're going to duplicate ourselves one of these lovely planes. There we go. That's right. Bam. Cloned. Aircraft number 2, welcome to the world, my friend. You will no longer be aircraft 1. You're going to be the lovely RAF Global Warming. Perfect stuff. You're going to do a great job, plane. You're going to kill so many baby seals. So we're going to let our 2 planes load up with coal here and then take off to their destination. It does actually, of course, take them a little bit to actually fly back and forth because this is quite a large map. But of course, when they do, we make absolutely fabulous profits. There we go, 2 of our lovely planes, the RAF Global Warming and Dead Puppies, flying off to make me $30 million. Oh, it's amazing. I love money and I hate the environment. Ladies and gentlemen, do you love clubbing baby seals? Of course you do. Why not club that like button? Because each individual person who presses the like will be rewarded 1 baby seal clubbing Ltd share. The share could be worth anything from $1 to $400 billion. It's very hard to tell because the company operates on monopoly money. But don't miss out on your share today. Anyway, back to the environmental destruction. Now things are looking good. We're up to about 21 million in the account, which is fantastic. However, I did notice one minor kind of structural design problem with the I Love Coal Airport, and that is the actual geography and safety of actually arriving in the I Love Coal Airport. Now, of course, our planes have managed it every single time because they're absolutely incredible. However, we've got our lovely RAF Global Warming coming in now, and it has an interesting flight path when it actually comes to the landing, because you see, here it is flying on in, banking in for landing. However, of course, you'll notice there's a couple of high mountains here, but don't worry, we here at Baby Seal Clubbers Ltd know how to hire a good pilot. However, I think our pilots are a little bit too good because this guy's about to hit the ground. Please pull up, please. Please, can you? Oh my God, he's flying through the mountain. Look out for the trees, please. Why does no one on RAF Global Warming just think of the trees for once? My goodness. Oh my goodness, right. I'm going to leave these 2 bad boys running for a bit, and then as soon as I have enough profit, I'm going to buy a 3rd plane and attach it to this line, and then we're going to be making a consistent around about 30 million a year. Well, ladies and gentlemen, some fantastic news. Some time has moved on a bit, and the Baby Seal Clubbers Ltd headquarters has improved. Look at that. We now actually have mossy covered stone and a brick building. You know, that's an improvement, and the sign looks better. That's a much better sign. And look at that, the fountain. It's not the best, but it is a fountain. Now, we've actually improved our area of operations. I know, that's right. We've built a 2nd airport over here, the Royal Tunbridge Wells Airport, which also accepts coal, and we have the RAF Geneva Convention flying in a load of 51 tons of coal. Lovely stuff. It makes a decent amount of money. Yep, around about $14 million per trip, which is very, very good. There are currently just 2 planes assigned to that route, but of course we'll improve that with time. Anyway, we can probably buy ourselves yet another plane and assign it to this route just because, you know, I want to make as much money as fast as possible. So we'll bam, great big old cargo plane, get it assigned to line 2, and also rename this bad boy. Ah yes, Death to Humanity, my favorite plane. Truly from a company that you know always has your best interests at heart. Now the thing is, we're just going to kind of sit and wait around for a bit and let all of our money kind of build up, as well as also starting to pay off our loan, which, you know, we can start to do now. There we go, good stuff. And as soon as we completely get rid of our loan that costs us almost $1 million per year, we can then start properly creating the company that I want to make by stockpiling huge amounts of money and not spending any of it unless it's on an absurdly frivolous object. And trust me, I know the most frivolous thing that we can ever purchase. The longest train in the universe. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to create a train that is so long, it runs the entire 27-kilometer direction of the map. It will be the longest train, and my goodness, it will be perfect. Well, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. This is our brand new company headquarters, complete with giant gold-plated man standing on top of a safe of probably infinite money. And look at this, the Baby Seal Clubbers Ltd is looking absolutely incredible in the town of Twattington. We built a new sign for them just so that everyone knows who lives here. And best of all, the year is of course 2031, and we've managed to achieve ourselves $6 billion in money. That's right, $6 billion, all in money lying around in our account, and it is truly incredible. We have so much money, in fact, we built this gigantic sign right here, just to remind the peasants of what the greatest beverage in the universe is. That's right, we spent multiple millions on this sign, rather than benefiting any of the local society. Like, for example, the rampant pollution problems that are killing the people of Berkeley, but we don't care about them. It's their fault for living in the path of our international flight airport. It's completely not my fault. However, as I mentioned, I said when we became fabulously rich and and wealthy, we'd build the longest train in the universe because why not? We hate humanity. And so for that gain, we're going to be building a single, I don't know, railway hub. There we go, passenger station, lovely. Let's make sure to connect it up so that the people of Twattington can actually, you know, get on board the train. So bam, there we go. This is going to be the start of our lovely Twattington station. And now it's time for us to build a disgusting, nightmarish high-speed track. Because that's right, ladies and gentlemen, we're not creating the fastest track in the world. Oh, no, 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 no. We're creating a horrible nightmare. Oh my god. Okay, now I'm building a creatively inspired train track here, ladies and gentlemen, that is absolutely abysmal and horrible to look at, and will create the most visual pollution possible in order to just completely and utterly decimate humanity's joy in existence. As what we're going to do is build a nightmarish bridge that is going to just go right the way up this river here and span the entire length of the remaining map. Let's go horrifically expensive river bridge. Cost 25 million to make. It's not like we were going to spend that money on helping society or anything. Oh, I love being so fabulously rich and wealthy that I can ruin people's lives by making stupid business decisions. Well, we've finally done it. We've connected the town of Yarmouth up here in the top left-hand corner of the map with the lovely megatropolis of Twattington, and we've connected it via the medium of a nightmarish construction of bridges that go right the way up the main course of the map and then go into this horrific death spiral roller coaster looking construction before finally sinking down into the ground and arriving somewhere just outside of Yarmouth. It's a perfect construction for any megalomaniac because we wasted billions and billions of dollars in the process of building something that looks utterly terrible. But of course, every utterly terrible construction needs a train to ride it, and that's why today we're going to be creating the ultimate train. And what we're going to want today is the Euro Jewel here, ladies and gentlemen. An absolutely incredible train with a very nice quantity of tractive effort and power. It's very decent, and it was of course commissioned in 2018 with a lifespan of 49 years, which is about as long as it will probably take this train to cross the entire map. Now what we're going to do is add a whole bunch of these trains onto our main vehicle. As we can see, this train runs at about 56 kilowatt hours, meaning it will probably manage its top speed with quite an excellent rate, and its only downside is that this entire vehicle so far cost $300 million. However, we need to actually pack this train with people, which is why we're going to be filling it with this, the Billeville car. Oh, I don't know, it's just a great big train car basically. It's a double-decker train car, can fit 33 people. Of course, chances are we're probably not even going to load 33 people onto this train, but we want to buy as many of these bad boys as possible, bearing in mind they cost 2 million. However, each one we add, as you can see, adds about 30 meters to the train. Now, we want the longest train in the universe, so we're going to just keep on adding more and more carriages. Now, immediately you're noticing that our train is now 4 kilometers long and still apparently has a good power to weight ratio. That's not bad at all, but I need more, so we're going to be adding more and more cars. And as the price approaches 1 billion, we now have a 7 kilometer long train. But of course we need to go further. The game is now starting to chug in the background. Every time I press this button, I can see the cars in the background just lag out of existence. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, this map is about 27 kilometers long, so in the very least I'm going to want to make sure that we have ourselves a 20 kilometer long train. Actually no, we want more than that. We need more. Okay, the train is now just under 26 kilometers in length, costing just 4 billion to produce. Its bad boy has a top speed of 130 kilometers an hour, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? I think we've got a perfect train here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's buy this bad boy. Now we just actually need to set up a line for it to run on. So this is going to be the mega train line, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to start with our lovely Twattington station and then make its way right the way over to the other side of the map to good old Yarmouth. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time we release the train. Oh my goodness, you need to be renamed. You're no longer Train 1. You're Mega Train. Mega Train, unleash your hellscape on this universe. Oh god, the game is chunking. Here comes Mega Train though. It is actually coming out with quite a good speed. The game is not so happy with Mega Train. Turning towards the actual cabin of Mega Train does kind of break down the game. I think because it's trying to spawn in all the cars, but looking away from that mess, the game actually runs, you know, at 4 FPS, which is something. Now, Mega Train is currently managing 21 kilometers an hour, but if we just speed it up, it can, oh, it actually wants to stop off at the station, but there we go. Now that it's stopped off, it's motoring out of the station at a very respectable 21 kilometers an hour. There we go. Now, do kind of feel sorry for the people waiting at this junction because they're probably going to be waiting here for about 5 years. These people will die of old age before they actually manage to cross this crossing because there's 900 train cars to come. Oh dear, but they are coming. Look at that. Look at that. They're just motoring on out of there. Mega Train, once again, still managing at a very respectable 21 kilometers an hour. Very decent speed, and it was starting to hit the climb. Now, of course, every month that passes, Mega Train costs us $50 million to maintain. That's just the running costs of powering this train. It takes a lot of electricity, okay, ladies and gentlemen. But here we go. We're starting to hit the slopes. I wonder what our company scores at. Our company scores at 288. Our company scores at 50 before we built this. I'm sorry, you telling me that by building the $50 billion train, my company score's gone up? Let me take a look at my offices. Let me take a look at Baby Seal Clubbing offices. Oh my god. Baby Seal Clubbers Ltd. It's a monolithic skyscraper now, ladies and gentlemen. All because we built the gigantic train of environmental destruction. How much power does this bad boy even consume? This train probably requires like a single coal power plant to maintain it. But it's making the climb now. It's really starting to make the climb. Still at 21 kilometers an hour, and we'll be stuck at that speed until we get all of the carriages out of the depot here. But this is really good. This is really, really effective. Okay, now the train is starting to make good progress. Still just going at 21 kilometers an hour, but it has started pulling away from the lovely spiral monstrosity here, which is a great sign. The train is operating at a loss of 66 million currently, and it's probably never going to make money. And you know what? That's okay, because our company score's never been higher. That's right. Now's a great time to buy shares in our company. We built a gigantic monstrosity. Look at the tracks. We went from this many tracks to this many tracks. The population on the map keeps declining because we put pollutants in the drinking water. But you know, that's not my fault. They keep drinking it. Now the thing is, technically we can fit 30,000 people onto this train, which is good. That's actually a great statistic. 30,000 people on a train, that's a lot of people. Only downside is population of this entire region here isn't 30,000. You see, the actual total population of this entire region is 4,523, meaning we can fit the entire population onto this train around about 7 times over. And after 40 years, they might actually reach their destination. Okay, we've hit a terrifying morbid situation in the game whereby people waiting in the queue to actually get past the mega train are starting to die. How do we know they're dying? Well, their cars pop out of existence every time someone dies. Every time this queue moves forwards, that means someone has died because a space has opened up. That's right, all of these individual people just die of old age. It's devastating to watch, but it has to happen because, I mean, a lot of these people have been waiting in front of this train for almost a year now. Bobby Patel here, he's just trying to get to the industrial building. He's got big dreams of working one day. However, I'm afraid he'll probably never be able to work again. Oh, there we go. The queue just moved forward. Someone died. Oh, and another person just died. Oh, and someone died there. Oh, they're all dying now. They're dropping like flies. Bobby, please, don't leave me, Bobby. No, Bobby's died. Bobby, why? You were the chosen one. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, Mega Train's making good progress. Whereabouts are we up to? Okay, we're up to around about the, I'd like to say the halfway point of the trip, because around about this point is when we start getting into the lofty, endless climb in the roller coaster segment. But yep, we're making good progress. The train so far has lost $600 million in terms of operating, which is great. It is still carrying 0 passengers, but you know, one day it might carry a passenger. Oh my god. Honestly, this is one of the most dystopian things I've ever seen. Just the endless train. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. This is just an absolute nightmare world. Look at it. Look at all of the trains. This is, the worst thing I've ever created. Actually, wait, no, I have created some pretty horrible things, like the human organ farms. I love the human organ farms. Oh, are we making the climb now? Are we starting to make the climb? Yes, we are. Look at this. We're making the climb up the roller coaster. Oh, perfect. That means we're actually pulling kind of close. We're probably about 3/4 of the way there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is fantastic. I mean, the carts are still coming out of the station, so it's gonna take quite a while yet. Yep, they're still merrily popping out of the station. Oh dear god, this is gonna take a bit. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We've built the biggest train in the universe. It is 26 kilometers long and is so big it can't even entirely be fit on the map. So yeah, that makes it a pretty big boy. He's a pretty chunky long train. Just kind of goes all the way along here. There we go. What a nightmare. What an absolute nightmare. But hey, it's my beautiful nightmare and I kind of like it. And perfect. This lovely resting place of Twattington next to our gigantic mega headquarters and the town that is continuously dying because people are waiting in a traffic queue to get past past a train that never ends. I love what I've created. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a like, and hey, why not hop on down to the comment section to pledge your support and allegiance to the people who club baby seals. As always, a massive thank you to each and every one of our majestic patrons who make these fantastic videos all the more possible. And hey, if you want to see more videos like this, why not consider subscribing? And actually, if you want to see another one, you can even press this button on screen now, which will take you to a brand new Spiff video. And trust me, if you enjoyed this one, you're gonna love the next one. Anyway, I'll see each and every one of you in the next one. Have an absolutely amazing day, and goodbye for now, my friends.